Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. Alright, so I've got this thing running. I don't know why I was being so cautious. I mean, osmium, antimony trioxide, this stuff is relatively easy at this point. So yeah, I was like kind of overthinking it. And it's running and we're getting 20 buckets each time. So probably no reason to make the hatch even bigger. I do think it was messing with it a little bit when you get 20 buckets and it checks it again before you can even pull out the stuff. It was producing a bit less, so you want a bigger output hatch to keep half full. That seems to be working. So I know I've gone over this a million times, but yeah, just a wireless fluid detector. I just kind of ended up with that frequency, and then we have a advanced redstone receiver internal, same frequency, and then I have a regulator that turns on with a redstone signal. So there we go, we got 20 more buckets of the stuff. And I'm going to, I think I got this, I hooked this up, right? Yeah, so I got that hooked up. I have crafted up, you know, a 12 tall. I don't know why I just turned that off. It's not like there's anything else in there. It can't run. All right, so that is 11 seconds. I did do the dang goat thing because I noticed this was a 40-second recipe. So it does appear to be quite a bit quicker, but I don't think... Yeah. Not like... I don't think it's doing... It doesn't do parallel, does it? I can't remember. No, I don't think it does parallel. It just is a bit quicker. Now, heavy oil, any reason to keep this stuff? I know I'm using oil, but when it's a few ticks to get 1,000 buckets on our space elevator, like, there's no point to even worry about this. Creosote, water, fermented bacterial sludge. You can make mutagen with it. I don't know. Maybe. I do use mutagen. Fermented biomass. Yeah, I don't know if there is any of those stuff we really need to keep. If you think there is some pressing resource that we need to save this stuff, let me know, but I'm probably just gonna let that stuff void. Now, this stuff up here is the stuff we're gonna worry about. So we've got our super light, which we need. That is gonna go directly into a cracker, an oil cracker, I think. And I think super light and super light, I think we'll crack that. So oil cracker, super light, and then the super light is what we need to get cracked Radox. Now, there is a mega oil cracker. I don't think at this point we need it quite. I mean, we're not producing Xenosine that fast. So, like, this isn't going to be running permanently. We're not going to be filling up with that stuff yet. So I don't think there's any reason to do a mega oil cracker, although that looks pretty dang cool, to be honest. Yeah, and one of the issues is you really can only do one. Without some shenanigans, it only has one input hatch. So to make it not too crazy, you would have to kind of like alternate the light and the super light. So I don't particularly think we want to do that. But I do think we're going to do 2 oil crackers, I think. So, oil cracker. One. I think they're 5 long, aren't they? Because there's like the coils. No, the coils, thing in the center, and then the ends. Yeah, I think that's it. We want to maybe have one on the other side as well. That's a bit. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, obviously I could push it back. It doesn't have to be lined up with that, but yeah, maybe. Like, I know that's gonna bug me if I do that. Why don't we do... Oh, I know. How about we do, like, one on top of the other, maybe? Can you... I'm gonna look at the... Also, I just realized I never set that to turn off. Oh, well. Well, it's running permanently right now, so we'll just leave it. But I do need to be like, hey, I have enough, stop putting rods in there. Platinum. Yeah, I think we could. We could just double them up, couldn't we? We could share the coils. I'll just dump it. All right, so that's probably what I'll do. And then we'll feed that in there. And we might even be able to feed this plasma. Now, this plasma is a whole nother thing as well. Let's see. It's 1 liter to 100. So it's, I mean, it's a small thing, but that's kind of an annoying. We don't suppose we could, yeah. I was like, I don't suppose we could replicate that, could we? You can get it from the iHarmony. We're a little far away from that, though. Yeah, so, okay, let me build the oil crackers. I might push it back 1, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then input. So input hatch, input hatch. Yeah, I think that'll work, right? And then we could share the one on the back. Would be, that's the coils. Maybe that. So Radox and then silver plasma. How are we going to get silver plasma? I feel like probably another fusion reactor. Is that what we want? I could maybe just double up on those. Maybe I'll do that. Because as we can see, I'm not producing massive amounts of this. I mean, it's a 180-second recipe for 20 buckets, so this isn't something super fast. Yeah, maybe I'll set up recipes for silver plasma on our... Let's see, not those. Maybe on these. These are my crafting ones for living solder or whatever it is. And we are back. I've set up a thing to produce silver plasma. I haven't obviously built a dedicated fusion reactor, which would make this much easier. So I haven't really kind of figured out how I want to go about doing that. I think we're going to put it there. You know what? Maybe I want a bigger input hatch. IV would probably be fine. It doesn't use much, as we saw from the recipe, right? Super light. So it's like 1 to 100. I mean, that's pretty slow, to be honest. So I'm just going to batch craft a bunch of silver up. It's on. You can see it's that lower one of those two. It is working. Now, getting the stuff in here as well. So like we said, I'm just going to turn these because I'm probably not going to do anything with these. But it makes it a bit easier for me to tell. So we need to do, so obviously the Radox we're dealing with, and then the Xeno scene, which is going to go on its own kind of thing. Another distillation tower. We'll pump that in there. The Xeno scene will go into that tank, I guess, to be reused, and then I'm debating on, like, do we do P2P? Do I pump it directly into like a subnet? That might be easiest if I do a subnet. I wasn't actually going to do that, but now I just said it. I'm like, you know what? I might make this easier. This stuff doesn't need to be on a subnet, but that... because then I could dump at different places. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. We'll do... been having fun with subnets. And eventually, if they ever add stocking input hatches, which cross figures, that would make so many things just so much easier. For example, this. I'm like, how am I going to get the stuff in here? If it was a stocking input hatch, just hook it up to AE and it takes care of itself. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll do that, and then I'm like, I want to move this over one. I'm thinking if I put a drive here, it's going to annoy me if it's not centered. I know, I'm being silly. Yeah, and then we'll type those in. I think that's going to be easier if we do that. And then I'll just do like big drives, I think. Just have this running continuously. We want to have it. We're not like going through osmium dust fast or anything like that, but I'm like, I don't want to like destroy my stuff. But I mean, it's 16 every 180 seconds. I mean, we'll still have osmium 6 years from now. So, and that is totally going to bug me. So, gone ahead and just place that here. The middle. I think it's going to be easier just doing like a subnet, moving all this stuff around. The only thing I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do is the plasma. So maybe do something with I don't know. Probably just have a dedicated fusion reactor. Don't know if I'm going to put it over here. I do have space for another precise assembler there, so I don't want to like build a fusion reactor here. Although we could actually. Oh, I'm thinking. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something different than we did with the other fusion reactors. I'm going to get one going. And I'm going to place it vertically as opposed to horizontally. I think I'll do that, and I'll place it like back here or something like that. That's what I'll do. It'll look kind of cool. So it's like a kind of like round circle up in the air. I debated doing that over there. I thought it looked kind of cool when I was looking at the blueprint for it. Anyway, all right, so we got this here and here. And now we're going to pump the Radox and the super light and the light, right? That's what we decided we were going to do. So that gets us super light. And then super light gets us correct Radox. Yeah. And then we'll put these into the A system. I think we'll just have this running like permanently. I think. I don't know. Or maybe I will eventually fill up a tank, maybe, and then have that turn off. That would be turning off a lot of stuff, so. Probably have this part of it running permanently. I also don't want to just go through all of osmium. Not that we've gone through a lot of osmium, but a million there. You know what? Let me craft up this. I'm just going to do 10,000. I'll probably do some sort of keep in stock or something like that. Just haven't got to it. All right. So that, and then what are we doing after the cracked? All right, so that needs to be built into a distillation tower, which will probably go maybe right here. Yeah, so maybe it would be like right there. I think that's fine. You could even put the input hatch onto it, and then the Radox gas goes in a large reactor. All right. Also, though, we need those other plasmas as well. This is no joke. This is definitely no joke. Oxygen plasma, titanium plasma is not something I craft up. Fluorine, molten aluminum. I mean, it's not an issue in the slightest. But it is something we're going to have to, excuse me, have to deal with. Boron, lithium, a little bit more annoying. Because we don't have a ton of boron. We do get borax from, I don't remember that, or the other thing, don't remember which one. So let me get this going, and let me craft up the next part of it as well. And let me move the thing out. I'm just crafting up another dango thing, and I've run into, every once in a while, a little issue pops up, and I believe it's the Canthal dust. I believe it's clashing, and I really need to sort out all my things. There actually is a spreadsheet that shows you what recipes kind of clash and what to split up. But I think it was the iron and the chrome in the Canthal was mixing with the Invar to make... I bet you I have a whole bunch of Invar in my... Okay, not a whole bunch, but yeah, there's some right there. Because, yeah, Canthal and the nichrome didn't craft, so I'm just crafting up like 100 of that. But it really only happens on certain things. Like if I just happen to put the right dusts in at the same right time kind of thing, then it clashes. Or it might, actually, it might have been the nickel and the iron from the Canthal. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Invar should move. I don't know. Wait, that's going to be the... I don't know. Something definitely clashed there. I'm sure it will pop up again because I'm not really solving it at the moment. So that. Also, this... I haven't... Maybe I should... I don't craft these up that much. But when I do, there's a bit of an issue. It is the integrated... They require a... Integral, not integrated. They require a weird circuit. I don't have a dedicated circuit for that. So maybe I will... Like, I could possibly set up another one. But then I'm like, nah, who cares? I'll worry about that later. I have this running, and I realized with the 18-second recipe, We're actually producing Xenosine faster in the bacterial vat. So this uses 750, like 750 every 18 seconds. So times 10 would be 7,500. Well, this produces 20,000 every 180 seconds. So this actually goes faster. I don't have this fully automated, but you can see, I mean, it's going to last for a while. So yeah, the Dangote is there. Now I also don't know if, is there any reason not to use this moving forward? I mean, I guess if you had like one that needed 8 or something, it would be a bit annoying that you have to make it super tall, because I think it only can be 4 or 12, can it? Yeah, distillation tower mode, tier 1 is 4, or tier 2, like there's no in between. So maybe that would be, but I don't really see any reason not to use that, considering it's like built the exact same way as a regular. Like I could literally switch out the controller for a regular distillation tower and then remove the muffler hatch. That's literally the only difference. And it just goes faster. So yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, also, while I have this here, I'm going to show what I'm kind of planning on doing. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put this. I do like... Yeah, it would be like this. So instead of having the fusion reactor horizontal, I would do it like that, is kind of what I'm thinking. Because one, that does look pretty dang cool. And we can, you know, fit it a little bit more compact if we build up. Because I build out usually, not up. But I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. And then we could add... How would we do that? We would do... Yeah, we would do that. And then the next one would go... Oh wait, that's not... Oh yeah, that would work. Because it would... This would be the shared walls. So I might do that. I think that would be kind of cool. Something different. You know. Plus it gives me a thumbnail. And I would do the 3 plasmas that we need. Also, I need to speed up liquid helium. But when I was over there, I realized I didn't have a easy place to do it. So I ended up just throwing regular helium on our precise assembler. You use them for superconductors. Liquid helium's quicker, but I don't produce it very fast. So I ended up running out as I was producing the fusion reactor. Alright, let me build this out and then we'll get... Actually, we could... While I'm here, why don't we... If I have enough... Yeah. Could... Yeah, and I'm also trying to sort out, I'm like, don't know if I love this. I think this could definitely be better done. I can't remember if that input hatch has to go in the middle. I think it does, right? If that's what you're cracking it with. I think that has to go in the middle. 2 rings, energy hatch, input hatch, steam. Yeah, middle ring. So you input the one and then whatever you're mixing it with has to go in there. I could do it underneath, but I really wanted to do it there where it was... Where they were like joined. Maybe I could do it on the front. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put it there. Instead of back here. Yeah, because I really don't like the way that looks. I'm not particularly... I know I'm probably not going to like... those cables going across the front, but that. The other option would be to, instead of stacking these, would be to have them side by side, and that way like that would be the joining hatch. I don't know. I can always move this or redesign it. I just need to... Why am I doing that there? Busy talking. Usually I double check I have the right energy hatch before I connect it, but it appears we got it right. I didn't think they were wrong, but I always double check. Alright, so that, and then on the front, do this. I know I'm not going to love that, but actually, that's not too bad, actually. That's actually not too bad. I don't love it, but it looks better than it did in the back. So the silver plasma. I'm going to say it again. I really need the the wireless that you can access your fluids with, or your drives or whatever. Don't have them over here because it's a subnet. Also, I need to move this here. I just threw it there when I didn't know how I was going to set this up. So I guess that would go in there. This would be silver plasma. And I don't think I probably don't need acceleration things on there because this isn't fast at all. So super light, I guess, will be the first one. Yeah, that will be the bottom one. We need a 24. Pretty sure I don't have... Actually, I don't know. I might need an input bus. I don't remember. Need an input bus? Actually, we could just throw an input bus on the back. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because that way, we don't really need to access it, but it's there if we need it. And... oh, wait. Is that... we'll do that so we can see. 24, 24, 24. Okay, so they're all 24. Wish you didn't need to have a screwdriver on you. It kind of gets messed up with the wire cutter combo. Alright, so like that. I can even like hide it if I really wanted to. Did that not... ooh. Does it work like that? Alright, just kidding. Thought that was a possibility, but apparently it is not. Alright, I'll just throw it in here. I was trying to do so we can like share. Alright, we got our silver plasma, we got our oil cracking, we got the things connected. We just need to put the super light Radox. Super light Radox. And there. It is 100. It's like a 1-to-1, so. And then I gotta hook these up. I guess we'll hook. I'm just kind of hooking these up. I just don't want anything to get voided at the moment. Change. Right, I'm gonna redo this cabling. It's just literally there, so I can get this up. Might go underneath. Not sure. Interface terminal. We need off. I guess it doesn't really matter because this is on a subnet. But I try to get in the habit of turning these off so they don't show up on the interface terminal. Alright, so that should be working, right? What are we getting? We're getting cracked. Cracked Radox. Alright, cool. And then the other one will do the light Radox. Yeah. Oh. Wait, no. Light Radox? Yeah. This one also does get enriched, but we have like millions of enriched. That doesn't matter. Is there, like, I don't have a... There it is. I was like, nope, that's super light. Alright, how the heck am I going to get that? I guess... I just need to set that. Light. There we go. Is that going to work? I don't think these work, do they? Alright, there we go. That was overly complicated. Alright, so we got our light Radox going in there. We got our super light going in there. Got our cracked, and then that should be... Need to throw a circuit in there. Yeah, that works. All right, and then we will pump the cracked into here. Throw the light Radox back in the A system, and then the Radox gas. We will get our molten Radox polymer. All right, unfortunately, we are running out of time today. This is a pretty cool build. I'm actually liking this so far, but I am going to... Let me craft up. I'm going to get the 2 more fusion reactors. We're going to set up 3 fusion reactors for this build. Do we need to? Probably not. But I think it will be cool, and then I won't have to worry about... like trying to use those for stuff we don't need. How much silver plasma are we going through? We put it on the front, didn't we? Oh, that's slow. That is definitely... I'm like, maybe we don't need... screw it. Let's get 3 fusion reactors just because it's fun. Anyway, that's going to be for today, so thanks for watching, and have a good one.